Hello everyone and welcome to another high yield Usmle question. After a long time we are going to discuss a 61st question in the medicalized question bank. It's an endocrinology question. So we have a 55-year-old woman that comes with fatigue, muscle weakness, frequent episodes of kidney stones. She reports recent constipation and mild bone pain, very classic symptoms of hyperparathyroidism. So you get the stones, the groans, the moans, the psychiatric overtones. Psychiatric overtones means psychiatric symptoms like confusion, depression. Those things can also be seen very easily in hyperparathyroidism. Now, the labs further clarify that this is primary hyperparathyroidism. So you have elevated calcium levels, you have decreased phosphate levels, and you have increased PTH levels. So the PTH is decreasing the phosphate. It's also called the phosphate trashing hormone for this reason, because it gets rid of the phosphate. It goes to the bone and cause increased calcium release and cause bone resorption. And that's actually going to be the question here. This question is particularly helpful for step 1 students. Actually, it's going to more help step 1 because it's going to be the mechanism question. So the PTH causes resorption of the bone, increases calcium. An X-ray classically, very classically, would show subperiosteal resorption. Remember, this is a very classic finding for the hyperparathyroidism. Whenever your PTH that is high, either because of the primary hyperparathyroidism where you have, for example, adenoma of the parathyroid gland, one of the parathyroid glands, there are 4, or it can be ectopic PTH, like from squamous cell carcinoma of the lung. No matter what the mechanism is, if PTH is high, it will lead to subperiosteal resorption. That's a very specific finding on X-ray. Now, so if they ask you where the PTH is going to act to cause the phosphate trashing, it's going to be the PCT, the proximal convoluted tubule. If they say where it increases the calcium reabsorption in the nephron, it's going to be at the DCT, the distal convoluted tubule. Also know that the elevated calcium is partly because of the reabsorption from the kidneys, but also majorly because it causes the bone loss. It actually causes bone resorption. Now, the question is, PTH acts directly. This is very high yield to know. The PTH, they're saying not indirectly, but directly. Directly act at which of the following cells to cause bone resorption? So remember, most of you would be screaming that it's osteoclasts, because those are the cells that cause resorption. But the answer actually is B, because eventually it is going to cause reabsorption because of the osteoclasts, but the first cell that it actually acts on is the osteoblast. Now, it acts on the osteoblasts and release rank L, and the rank L is going to bind to rank on the osteoclasts, and then osteoclasts are activated indirectly, and that leads to bone resorption. And remember, so for example, if you have this one cell here, and this cell is, for example, a blast, I'm just going to put B here, and you have another cell here, and this is, let's say, the clast, and I'm going to put C here for the osteoclast, which is the bone resorbing cell. Now, it has on the top of it a rank receptor here, rank, and it's a rank. I'm just going to put R here. Now, the PTH is going to come here, and it's going to activate the blast, and the blasts are going to release something called the rank L. So I'm going to put it here in purple. This is rank L, and this rank L is going to come bind to this, and it's going to cause osteoclast activation, and the bone is resorbed. The bone is going to get destroyed here. So now there is another substance here in our body that actually prevents this. It's called osteoprotegrin. So osteoprotegrin acts as a decoy of rank. So it's going to bind here, and it's going to prevent interaction of the rank L with the rank. And what's that going to do? It's going to inhibit the osteoclast, so there is no bone resorption. And this is why you look for, in order to know whether the bones will be maintained, you look for OPG, which is osteoprotegrin ratio, with the rank L ratio. OPG to rank L ratio. If the ratio is high, it means the bone will be maintained because your OPG is high, which inhibiting the rank L to rank interaction. If your OPG to rank L ratio is low, then that means that it is gonna be lead to bone resorption. For example, if you don't have osteoprotegrin but you have a ton of rank L, like for example PTH is increasing rank L, that's going to cause osteoclast activation and then bone resorption. And so estrogen is increasing this ratio. Estrogen actually increases osteoprotegrin, and that's going to cause decreased bone resorption. That's why when postmenopausal women are at risk of osteoporosis, because the estrogen is no more there, so you don't have a ton of osteoprogesterone, so rank L is going to dominate and it's going to cause osteoporosis because of resorption. So I hope this video was helpful. If anyone requires tutoring, they can email me here at medicalized@gmail.com. See you in the next video.